This is the guy who has gone to war with Elon Musk. They help that censorship court set up a disinformation task force, and their own institutional assets get put on the advisory committee of the Brazilian censorship court to direct the censorship policies of the same institution that banned X from Brazil, that seized Starlink's assets. They worked with the universities, the FGV DAP, and other very significant Brazilian universities. They set up disinformation centers in there and got academic thought leadership published in Brazil about the need to pass anti-misinformation laws. Their own NDI fellows and operatives were publicly testifying to the Brazilian parliament on the need to pass these laws. They were publicly speaking to the prosecutors association groups in Brazil, telling them they need to prosecute misinformation on this. They were funding millions of dollars to Brazilian media institutions to promote internet censorship and to promote the banning effectively of any pro-Bolsonaro content on social media or on end-to-end encrypted chats. The USAID then kicked in millions of dollars of funding to Internews, which is another U.S. government-funded media projection arm, to promote media literacy programs, information integrity programs, countering mis and disinformation programs in Brazil. So at every level, Brazilian media companies, they partner with Globo, for example, the largest media outlet in Brazil. The media institutions, the universities and thought leaders, the politicians, the judges, it was full spectrum. It was the same thing that we do when we try to regime change a country. By the way, this is in USAID's charter. This is one of the reasons they're able to get away with this. In USAID's charter, it allows USAID to capacity build assets to do so-called judiciary reform, which means influencing the laws and the structure of the judges, and to be able to have our foreign aid money get laws passed or get structural changes made to the court system there. And this is what CEPS did. This State Department, CIA front censorship organization, they developed a strategy they called EMBs, election management bodies, which is basically focusing in on the court system of different countries that are in charge with adjudicating elections, in order to get them to grow a censorship capacity to censor the ability for people to question their elections. And they've had all these stakeholder meetings. Some of them are really funny. Some of them, they said, well, some of our EMB partners didn't want to actually, didn't think they could pull this off. They couldn't convince the other political stakeholders in their country to grow this censorship capacity. And they advised them about how they could cleverly use rhetoric to disguise the programs. Don't call it a counter-disinformation program if you think that'll ruffle too many feathers. Instead, simply call it strategic communications. And because every government agency has some sort of public affairs branch, some sort of communications capacity. Simply say that this is for monitoring and engaging in strategic communications, and then you can mass flag the accounts of the U.S. State Department's political opponents they want to stop from winning the election.
Jesus. O ex-funcionário do Departamento do Estado dos Estados Unidos, Mike Benz, cita claramente Alexandre de Moraes e a parceria com a CIA na intenção de interferir diretamente com a liberdade de expressão no Brasil para facilitar a vitória de um candidato e dificultar a de outro. Facilitar a vitória da esquerda e dificultar a vitória da direita. Esse não é um cara qualquer que está falando, que fique bem claro. É um ex-oficial do Departamento do Estado nos Estados Unidos, que desenhou claramente como que funcionou o sistema, como que o dinheiro americano influenciou as eleições no Brasil.